Hey guys, this is Annabella Rose, the expert dating coach, and this is the one and only Iain Myles. Now today, we're going to show you how to be engaging and interesting on your first date by role-playing it.
You see, Annabella, most guys dread those first dates, and some don't even know how to create that initial interest, and they don't really know how to engage their dates. So what do you think about that?
I mean, I've had some good experiences and I've had some bad experiences. So let's talk about it, okay? Honesty is the key. And sometimes guys try to hide that and they feel that girls aren't really stupid, okay? So we can read it. Now, I'm sure you guys see the picture here. Let's dig into the sort of specifics, shall we?
So I think the number one point here is you've got to mention if you're nervous. You see, honestly, gents, you have nothing to lose here, as Annabella will tell you that they can see it and girls can read it, and there's not much point in hiding it. Now, it's an amazing icebreaker, and to say that, hey, I'm nervous, the chances are that the date is going to be nervous too.
Yeah, I mean, I may have talked about this before. No, you're completely right, because the problem is if you're too nervous and you're too quiet, you run the risk of being a little bit like a serial killer. It's a bit off-putting. So guys, make sure if you're nervous, you just let the girl know.
So I think you could always say something like, look, a heads up, don't mind me if I act a little bit nervous. This is my first date in a few months, so I'm really nervous.
Yeah.
You could say something like that.
Exactly. And more than likely, the girl, if she's feeling a bit nervous, she'll probably be like, oh, I'm glad you brought it up because I feel nervous too. And then you've already made a spark by being nervous.
And then I think you can go on to say something like, oh, this is such a relief. Like maybe we could order some drinks while we try and, listen to the music and break the ice.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
I mean, trust me, this calms the situation by lifting a huge weight off both of your shoulders. I mean, use it as an icebreaker and don't take yourself too seriously.
Yeah, I mean, you can be comfortable even if your sort of hands are shaking and you're hopped up on coffee. I mean, you've already told her that you're nervous, right? So, gents, just smile. Enjoy, have a good time.
So guys, here are some points to take. Be open and verbalize it. Now, if you're nervous, gents, this will show you that you're honest about how you feel and she'll trust you that little bit more. It's another way of showing your vulnerability, and it is very attractive. So use it as an icebreaker. Now, this will make her see you in a much more human way. And let's face it, we can all make mistakes, and we're not made from steel, and we do have feelings too.
Yeah, and don't take yourself too seriously. Like, show your fun side. It's really attractive to look at a guy who's not really taking himself too seriously, and it'll kind of disarm us, warm us up to you, and then the chemistry is right there.
And next, and possibly the most paramount thing, is don't lie or don't fake it. Now, you see, as the conversation carries on, you might be tempted to lie about your job, those hobbies, or even where you want to live to, just to impress her. And you don't need to do that, guys. If you don't impress her, instead it will repel her.
Now guys, I've been there. You might feel that it's sort of intimidating, and you might be intimidated by something that your date says, and you kind of want to match up to them, but it's not worth it. First, it takes up way too much energy to keep up with your lie. Two, it's totally embarrassing when you get caught, because eventually it's going to happen. Gents, I've witnessed it so many times that guys have tried to impress me by literally lying to my face and faking it. And I caught them out during the conversation. That's awkward. Has something like this ever happened to you? Do you know if it's ever happened to someone? Maybe. I love traveling. I've been to literally every country in Europe because my job requires me to go to all these places, and I just love it that way.
You know what? I love traveling too. I mean, I've been to Africa, and Egypt is actually my favorite place that I've been to. It is simply amazing.
Wow, I've been to Egypt too, but that was ages ago. I didn't like the hotel though. Where did you stay? I might consider staying there next time.
Awkward moment. You see, guys, at this point, you begin investing in your lie. Now, you may or may not get away with it, but is it really worth it?
Yeah, I mean, also, it naturally makes you dread the second date, because even if you built up like a long-term relationship with this person, you didn't want to lie to them, but now they're going to uncover your lie. It's just going to make you nervous.
Now, instead of telling a lie, stick to being that honest and self-disclosed. It opens up to deeper conversations so that you don't get stuck with that little small talk.
Yeah. Now, this sort of self-disclosure also helps you gauge whether this person is kind of worth a second date. Now, you can both discover things about each other that you have in common, and also discover what you're faking. Compare this to a lie in this conversation.
So a good example to use is, I travel a lot through my job and I really enjoy meeting new people and experiencing different cultures. Now you see, my passion becomes my job and I don't even feel like I'm working at all.
Oh my God, that sounds incredible. What do you do?
Well, I'm actually a tour guide.
Oh my goodness, that's great. I mean, you get to experience life and see it wherever you go. You're so lucky. Hey, can I be part of the tour?
We'll see about that.
Now, did you see how effortlessly that went from a simple conversation to a little bit of light flirting to spice up the date? Now, there's a reason why they say honesty is the best policy.
Now guys, also, whilst we're on the topic, you should also take note that never ask, tell me about yourself to start the conversation, as this is not an interview, guys. Most people tend to use it as a conversation starter and it rarely ever achieves that desired result. Now, instead of getting your date to open up, this question only gets them kind of nervous.
Yeah, it's really intimidating. It's very true. It makes you feel like you're being sort of interrogated, and just like that, you've turned a date into an interview. Now, I mean, where do you start? Okay, it is a hard time to start a conversation, and there's so much to know about a person. You don't want to just bottle it up into like a few sentences. It's just wrong, and then what are you going to talk about the rest of the date?
So the points to take here are, be honest and use that self-disclosure. It opens up to much deeper conversations so that you don't get stuck with that little small talk.
Yeah, and don't lie or fake it. As the conversation carries on, you might be tempted to lie about your job, hobbies, or even where you live to impress her. Guys, you don't need to do that. It won't impress her. Instead, it's just gonna repel her.
Also guys, no interrogation. Gents, it's not a job interview, and avoid asking those silly interrogation questions. Also, always be authentic. And finally, as you progress with your date, you should already have an idea whether or not you'd be interested in a second date with her or with this person. So bring up future dates if you'd love to see them again. So drop those subtle hints in your conversation and gauge their reaction and her response too.
Yeah.
So let's take this example. Now, I love bubble tea and it's the best way that I used to begin my day.
Oh, hey, I love bubble tea too.
No way. Do you know, I know this place just down the road where we can get an amazing bubble tea, so let's do it next weekend.
Oh my God, that sounds great. Deal. Voila! There you have it, a second date. Now, if the person isn't interested in a second date, you're going to notice their hesitation. So in case you bring up such things, read their body language, all right? And if you don't see yourself going on a second date with this person, just don't lead them on. It saves you the trouble of having to ignore their texts and phone calls later on in the week.
Okay guys, so let's recap what we've been through. Number 1, mention if you're nervous.
Yep.
Number 2, don't lie or fake it. And number 3, use self-disclosure, not interrogation. Yep. And finally, number 4, bring up those future dates if you're interested. Now you're ready to charm your way into that first date and land you a second one. So good luck.
There you go. That's all for today, gents. So please check out our residential training by clicking in the link below or the card above. Now, the 7-day training of our residential training will be the most magical 7 days in your entire dating life. It's an ultimate opportunity for you to jumpstart your dating life. Now, me, Ian, and the team will help you master the best lines, the basic skills naturally, and strategies for you to transform yourself into a successful dater. Now, most of our clients actually generate instant dates during the training, and me, your dedicated dating coach, Annabella Rose, is going to help you secure those dates. Now, for 7 days, our team will take you on a journey that will change your dating life forever. And gents, of course, if you've loved this video, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. I've been Annabella Rose, and this is the one and only Iain Myles. I hope you enjoyed our role play today, and we will see you next time.